Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. You've seen a lot of No Hunter's Dream runs on my channel, you've seen some speed runs, but I've never done a run where I didn't do any pickups and I just started off with, the stuff that you start off the game, 20 blood vials, 20 bullets and all that stuff, and I tried to get through a No Hunter's Dream run without doing any of those pickups that's available on the stages. So join me for this one because it got quite interesting. I'll see you inside.
Why are you running?
Oh, here we go, my friends. I'm starting off at Father Gascoigne with my No Hunter's Dream run, no pickup attempt. I have changed my strategy a little bit in this match. I went for one visceral and just hack and slash. Actually got him done before he even went into his first phase or his second phase. It is quite interesting when you play the game this way. It challenges you towards your skill, I think. If you can finish a run like this without picking up anything, I mean, you'll see throughout the run, I'm actually trying to preserve my health as much as I can. The consumables that I use a lot of fire paper, I use a lot of beast blood pellets, poison knives and blue elixirs. That's basically what I use in a No Hunter's Dream run. If you don't know what a No Hunter's Dream run is, you basically start off the game, you go through the bosses, German, the Bloodstaff Beast, the Shadows of Yharnam, Rom the Vacuous Spider, the One Reborn, Mikolash and Mogo. And then when you awaken for the first time, you're actually in the Hunter's Dream, but this time it doesn't look like the normal way the game starts. The church is actually already on fire when you awaken. So that's what I'm aiming for in this one. I've done these before, done speed runs, I've done No Hunter's Dream runs and all that stuff, but I like challenging myself in this game. I've said it multiple times. I'm such a huge fan of this game, and it's probably my all-time favorite game of all time. So it's the more successful videos on my channel as well. But yeah, aside from that, as you can see, excuse me, heading towards the Bloodstaff Beast. Now the reason I include the Bloodstaff Beast in this No Hunter's Dream run is because once you've defeated the Bloodstaff Beast, the little doors inside the cathedral wall open up, and you can actually use those to gain access to the cathedral ward Vicar Amelia part. Those gates won't open unless you've defeated this boss. Doesn't matter what you do. The normal way, you would buy the Hunter's Chief emblem from the Bath messengers in the Hunter's Dream, but we're not going there, so that's why we're following this route. I saw last night when I was laying in bed, I'm close to almost 5,000 hours in this game. It's a lot of time spent with the citizens of Yargul and all the bosses and stuff, but I guess it just shows how good the game is. As you can see, I'm not fighting the other enemies and stuff. There is some consumables that I could have gone for just to top up, like bullets and fire paper and beast blood pellets, especially in this area. But I just, like I said, I want to see how many blood vials do I use to get through a No Hunter's Dream run. I can't remember actually how this ended, how much bullets I used and how much consumables I used. Well, I guess we'll see at the end of this thing. But I started off with 20 blood vials, 20 bullets, 10 of each, beast blood pellets, fire paper, all that stuff. It's always important to get that visceral very fast and then just go for the hack and slash method. Even though it is dangerous because she can poison you. But she played along in this one. We ended this with a visceral. Now we just have to backtrack. To the iron door inside of the cathedral. This werewolf did follow me, but he wasn't too much of a problem. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers who still watch my channel and always give me very kind comments when it comes to me still creating Bloodborne content for 2025. There's tons of videos by tons of creators on the channel, on the platform, sorry. But I just feel the game is still so much relevant in today's thing. I mean, if you haven't played Bloodborne, I implore you to try it. It's going to be frustrating at the beginning, I promise you that, because it's a hard game. It's not meant to be easy. What you're seeing on the screen, I mean, yes, I've had almost 5,000 hours of experience in this game with countless characters, countless builds, countless weapon builds, all that stuff. So I know the ins and outs of this game very good. But if you play this game for the first time, don't just give up. You know, do your best to play this game to its full potential, because it has so many hidden little secrets and laws and everything. Plus, it's one of the best designed games. I've said this so many times. And it's still the game that I always go back to. I do play Elden Ring. I do play Dark Souls 3 a lot. Not so much a fan of Dark Souls 2. I got a couple hundred hours in Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. But I'm not so much a fan of those games. It's like Bloodborne to me was the sweetheart of all the games. People always say Elden Ring was the sweetheart. It brought all the RPG games from software together, and from Konami and all that stuff. But I don't know, man. Bloodborne just has something special to me. Always remember to heal when you do these jumps, because you can actually die. I was just trying, like I said, trying to preserve my consumables as much as I can. The funny thing about this werewolf over here, he's actually a very pronounced boss in the Chalice dungeons. That's another thing I implore you to do when you go for the platinum trophy in this game. Rather start with the Chalice dungeons first, before you go for all the other stuff. Once you get your very first chalice from the Bloodstaff Beast, the Numerian chalice, keep on going with the chalices. The mistake I made when I played this game for the very first time, I left that until last. So the very last trophy I had to get was beating the Numerian Queen, the Blood Queen. And it took me forever to get through those chalices. I've already... at that time I already did the main game, I already did every single trophy you needed, but I just needed that one trophy, and it was so frustrating. So my advice to you as a new Bloodborne player is, when you get your first chalice from the Bloodstaff Beast and you want to platinum the game, do the chalices first. Make that your main mission, because the main game itself isn't really that long, it's not that hard. It's actually going to give you a more satisfactory feeling to finish the chalices first. Sorry, I missed that whole Vicar Amelia fight, but that's done. Always remember to crush your pendants, your gold pendants. There's a video on the channel why it's important to keep track of your progress in your New Game Pluses. And always remember to interact with the skull before you head to the Shadows of Yharnam, because otherwise the gate won't open, even though you already have the golden pendant. The golden pendant in that way is where the password is hidden for you to access that area. If I remember correctly, there was a little floor glitch in this one again. I don't know why this is happening so many times. The floor actually, or the walls disappear inside the little cathedral where you enter the Forbidden Woods. Well, I guess they don't do any updates on Bloodborne anymore, so yeah. You see the floor is there, but I think the wall, yes, the stairs and the wall was missing in this one. Sometimes when I do this run, this whole area is missing. You can't see anything but the forest or the woods. Sometimes all those walls, all those interiors are just gone. Because I'm saving consumables, usually I would jump off the 2 cliffs there when I do a speed run, but because I'm saving consumables, I take the long run. Never underestimate the use of blue elixirs, my friends. I used to think they were, kind of crappy, and what's the real use of them, but they do actually help if you want certain enemies not to see you. Same thing here. Usually I would jump off the little cliff at the top there and just double jump and get into these yellow flowers. Because I'm saving consumables and I can't do any pickups, I decided to take the little long run. Plus you don't want to take unnecessary damage from these guys. You don't want to get the cannon fire. Stamina, like I always say, plays a very important role in all these games, especially Bloodborne. The less stamina you got, the quicker you're going to get tired. I mean, it's like that in real life, I guess. Same thing here. Usually I'll go to the right side, drop down there, and then take a blue elixir. But this time I decided to just run past these snake guys. Don't underestimate those guys. They are very, very tough. If you have blue elixirs, use them. I've seen players, they collect all the consumables. Okay, well, I'm one of those players because on one of my main characters I actually achieved something I think is pretty rare. I have every single consumable, every single pickup in the game on this one specific character. Took me a while to do that. I think the hardest thing I had to do was to gain access and play, to get every single weapon and make every single weapon in the game a +10. That took me a long time. You can only farm for these weapons in certain chalices. Again, you get the normal version, let's say, of the sword cleaver, you get the lost one, and you get the uncanny one. Same with the sword spear, you get 3 versions of those. You get 3 versions of the Ludwig blade, 3 versions of the Whirligig sword. There's 3 versions of every single weapon in it's insane, and yet they all have different attributes. It took me a while, but on my this is actually on my PlayStation 4 on one of my characters. I have every single weapon, every single consumable, except there's one that's eluding all Bloodborne players. It's not the communion one, it's the guidance rune, the +30. Nobody has ever found the +30 guidance rune. I'm starting to wonder if it even does exist. I've looked for it. Countless Bloodborne players have looked for it. Because I guess it's kind of like bragging rights if you have that rune. Maybe it's just very rare. I don't know. I haven't found it. That's the only rune that I don't have. Weapons wise, armor wise, all that stuff. Consumable wise, I have every single thing except the +30 guidance rune. So if you guys ever see a video of this, please let me know. I would send a link to me. I would love to go and look for it myself. I'm sorry, I'm blabbering on a lot. I'm not really talking about what's happening on screen. You know me, well, if you know me well enough, you know the way I play my bosses. I just hack and slash at them until they die. Or like we say in Afrikaans, I just murder them. there's different methods that you can play the game. You can, I guess, you can wait and use this strategy of winding them down and all that stuff. But you know what? To me, it's like seeing a cockroach on the wall. I'm not going to wait for it to go a certain way before I kill it. I'm just going to go and kill it. So, yeah. Bergenwerf, definitely one of the shortest areas in the game of Bloodborne. Not much going on here, but it does have some nice pickups. Plus, we have this choir hunter, which can be a handful if you face it for the first time. If you follow certain quest lines, you can actually summon Henrik in this area, and you can summon the cage-headed, what's his name, the Mensis Scholar, to come and help you. Plus, there's a chest in this area that actually holds one of the students' armor sets. If you kill the choir hunter, she drops some blue elixirs to you. If you kill Master William there on the balcony, for the first time, he actually drops one of the eye ruins to you. What I always do with this boss, I load up my Whirligig Saw, which is a DLC weapon. Load up some fire paper, and I load up some beast blood pellets, and then I get rid of the first wave of spiders first. It gives me much more opportunity to get Rom in his first sequence. He has 3 sequences that he can go to. If he doesn't like how you're hitting him, he'll just transport and more spiders will follow. It's not a hard boss at all. It's these little spiders, because they, depending on the strength of your character and how your build is, they can kill you with one shot, either by vomiting on you or jumping on you. But that's why I kill the spiders first. I just use my R2 attack, and I just saw him to death. And luckily for me, in this one, I was actually standing right next to the Nemerian Queen. So if this was a speed run, that would have helped me with a couple of seconds. It's not going too badly. Consumable wise, I've only used 4 elixirs, I've only used 5 bullets. It looks like I've only used 5 blood vials. I don't think that's too bad. Okay, well, there I've used another blue elixir just to get past these enemies. If you've never tried, I know, this dream run, I implore you to do it, because it tests your skill level as well. Now, usually I would do the double jump thing here. I just went down as slow as I could to take as little damage as possible. I think that's the main aim in a run like this, is to take almost no damage and preserve your consumables as much as you can. Jumps. There's actually 8 blood vials to my left there, but yeah, I'm not going for them. The blue elixir does help getting past these 3 NPCs over here. But it's actually not going too badly. I think this was actually a good run. Sometimes that citizen doesn't see me, and other times he does. Well, the Poochie came for me, so another thing, usually I would just jump down this manhole and get to the boss as quickly as possible, but I chose to use the ladder. Now, if you've seen previous videos of me fighting this boss, Whirligig Saw, beast blood pellets, fire paper, usually I go for the boss straight away, give him a couple of hits, stun him, and saw him to death. Different thing I did here, again, because I'm saving consumables and power. So I went actually to the balcony for this one, got rid of all 6 witches, which actually throw fireballs, and they actually send some stuff down to the one reborn that actually builds up his power again. So my choice was to get rid of the witches first this time in this thing. It's always the safest method, I guess. If you're playing co-op and stuff, you know, one of your friends can go upstairs, go get rid of the witches while you draw the attention of the one reborn. But yeah, it depends on how you want to play the game. Okay, I'm gonna get the stun on him right there. Okay, I went for my R2 attack. I just ran out of stamina before the end, so I did take a hit here. Yes, that could be a one shot, but luckily my character has some pretty decent poise to him. But that's one of the quick ways you can kill him. Plus the thing that you earn after you kill him, one of the yellow backbones, is also a chalice consumable, which you're going to need later on to gain access to certain chalices. I've seen on some of my videos, people ask me, well, they can't gain access to a certain chalice for farming equipment, or, you know, farming places and all that stuff. The reason for that is you have to play all the chalices first for the first time. You can't gain access to a very rare chalice if you only play one or none of them. That's the thing, you have to play all the chalices. The intercom chalices I don't think is so important, but I implore you to play every single chalice that you can find. There are tons of glyphs out there on the internet. There's Excel spreadsheets with lists that where you can go and explore the chalices, and I think that's what sets Bloodborne apart from most of these Souls games, is because you have the chalices. It's almost like an Elden Ring where you have the hidden caves and all that stuff where you can find stuff. That's the closest I can think of, but the chalice dungeons, they do hold some good treasures, good building stones, a lot of very, very nice things. So yeah, again, play the chalice dungeons first, my friends, before you attempt the platinum in just a normal game. Do the chalices first. Well, I'm up to, what is it, 22 insights. That definitely picks up the difficulty level quite a bit. We're down to 3 blue elixirs. I'm not going to take the shortcut, I'm just going to run past the spiders, hoping they don't jump on me. This guy, actually this NPC, he did get me with a swipe. I think I went the wrong way around. Usually I would go to the side where his sword is. Yeah, you see. I would go the opposite direction when passing him. Use a blue elixir to get past this well, I don't know what this is, just a very ugly thing. Get into the elevator, try and miss that archer shot. Now as I'm heading towards Mikuláš, you may have seen some of the various videos that I have. There's so many ways you can fight him. Of course you can fight him inside the cage. You can actually cheese him on the balcony using poison knives, bone marrow ash and bullets, because he just stands still. You can actually cheese him through the gate if you can make him glitch inside the cage, or you can use the method I'm going to use in this one. I actually like this one quite a lot. Before I go further, I kill the skeletons first in the cage just to get them out of the way, because they can be quite a handful when Mikuláš is in there. But what I was saying, the method that I'm going to use to defeat him, I'm going to kill him now normally with just some hack and slash. But on his second phase, while he's standing in the middle of in front of the mirror, waiting to go into the cage, I'm going to throw one poison knife at him, basically glitch him out and make him appear through the mirror the whole time, and go stand in front of the mirror and just hit him. That's one of the broken things in the game. I'm not cheating that way. It's in the game. It's a fault that the game has made, so, or the designers made. So I'm just exploiting one of the many points how you can actually defeat this boss. Because Mikolash could be quite annoying. He runs around so much, and it can be very hard in his second phase. He is in his second phase now. But if you follow this method, I'm pretty sure you can beat him very quickly and get rid of him to a very satisfactory boss one. Get rid of this skeleton and then just stand in front of the mirror, back up and just hit him every time he comes through the mirror. For some reason the poison knife activates him and he just keeps on coming through the mirror. I found this out by mistake one day, and at least I'm fighting him in a way. Don't be fooled, he actually can't get past you and then the whole sequence resets and all that stuff. So there's a threat on him, man, you can shout very loudly. Actually got a slap there by one of the skeletons. Bugger. Well, we're moving on to Mogo's Wetness, the last boss in this No Hunter's Dream run. I think design-wise, Mogo's Wetness is actually one of my favorite bosses. Just of how nightmarish she really looks, you know, having all those arms with those sickles. You can't see her face. Took a little bit of damage dropping down there, but what are we on? We're on 13 blood vials. Still 15 bullets, I think. So what? I've used 7 blood vials in the whole No Hunter's Dream run. I don't think that's bad. Again, blue elixirs just to get past these shadows over here. I'm going to use my Whirligig saw. This is a great weapon. There's a couple of videos on my channel where you can actually find this weapon fast early in the game, or you know, if you want to take your time. But one of the best serrated weapons definitely in the game. Looks like a big bedpan, but hey man, I love this weapon. If I remember correctly, I went down almost dying at this part. There. Oh, I forgot about that. I almost lost this whole No Hunter's Dream run. Man, I used a lot of blood vials there. That's quite erratic when she moves like that. I mean, the arms are swinging backwards and everything. So, well, that's it, my friends. So I used 13 blood vials in this No Hunter's Dream run. I used, what is it, 5 bullets. Well, used 14 blood vials. I don't know why I decided to do that, but. But that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. This is how you do a No Hunter's Dream run without picking up any one of the consumables. And to prove that it is a No Hunter's Dream run, if you awaken for the first time, that's the first lantern I lit in the game. When you awake in the Hunter's Dream, the church is already on fire like it is usually in the beginning of the game. Yet, in the beginning of the game, the normal way, there won't be any flames. So that's how you, that's proof of a No Hunter's Dream run. I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for all the support. You guys are awesome. And take care of yourselves, and let the good blood guide your way. Cheers, my friends.